In this video, I am very pleased to announce that myself and Tuck the Invacar are going to be at the NEC Classic Motor Show 1 month from now, the 12th to the 14th of November at the NEC in Birmingham. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be on our own stand, but we're sharing our stand with a few friends. They will be announcing themselves in good time, I think possibly this weekend coming. But yeah, Tuck hasn't been anywhere for ages. So I thought I'll take her on another adventure to the NEC. She did that trip 3 years ago because it's pretty much the biggest indoor car meet in the UK. So yeah, really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to give away some tickets as well. We've got one pair of tickets to give away, and the competition itself couldn't be easier. So stick around for that. We'll get to that in a minute. To celebrate this occasion, I thought I'd have a bit of a move around at the unit. So yes, Foxanne is out. There's some video footage to come of getting Foxanne out, problems with the Oltcit, and also getting this little one out as well. So that will be coming later in this video. But yeah, for those who don't know, the NEC Classic Motor Show takes place in Birmingham, or near Birmingham, near the airport. 5 enormous halls packed full of classics. Here's just some action from when I was last there in 2018. Little Alpine A110s, fantastic cars. Citroen SM, which is why I'm getting horribly distracted, and BX 16 valve next to it. CX as well, very nice. And you've got to have an H fan, haven't you? And some American muscle as well. Gosh, is that a Plymouth? That's enormous. But 70 years of the 2CV being marked with a fine selection here. Can't go through Hall 5 without talking about Matras. How did I miss this stunning green Morena? That is a thing of absolute beauty. If you haven't seen my video test drive of Matra Morena, you really must. It sounds absolutely awesome. This is the oldest XJ. I drove this recently for a feature in Classic Jaguar. It's a 2.8 and it featured in a lot of magazines at the time, but it's actually a pre-production car and a very interesting motor car indeed. Austin A40 Countryman. Was it the first hatchback? There's a point for discussion. One of the racing A35s. Gorgeous little ute. And I didn't focus enough on the Metros earlier. So there's J.R. Ewing who's celebrating the launch of the Metro. So as you can see, it's going to be immense, and it's not just Tuck coming. I think I'm probably going to have Giselle on the stand as well, because I need some way of transporting the store. So the store will be there. You will be able to buy goodies from me in person at the NEC. So it's a 3-day show. It's just going to be splendid. So you will find us in the area between Hall 4 and Hall 5. You come up a flight of stairs, and yeah, we should be there at the top. All being well, plans can change, but that is the plan at the moment. I'm going to have a couple of cars there. My friends will have some cars. It's going to be splendid. Do come and say hello. Make sure you plan an entire day at the very least for this show. I think there are weekend tickets as well. You may need that. I know what it's like trying to get around the NEC Classic Motor Show. It's huge. And there is so much to see. So yeah, don't just come on my behalf, come because it's a great show. And I haven't been since 2018, which feels like forever ago. I missed 2019 because I was in New Zealand. And then last year it didn't happen at all. So at last, we're going to do it. And it feels a bit weird because I always regard it as the end of the season show. It's usually freezing cold. The nights have drawn in, so it's really dark. Yet here I am sat in mid-October in a t-shirt, absolutely baking hot. It's, yeah, funny old times we live in. The competition, let's not muck about anymore. The competition is quite easy. You need to email ian@hubnut.org, put competition in the subject line so I can identify all the emails. And you have to answer this very simple question. Which car has been on my fleet the longest? So that's the longest period of continuous ownership. Email your answer to ian@hubnut.org, competition in the subject line. We will pick a winner at random. They will get 2 free tickets to the show. And yeah, believe me, it's a grand day out. Some quick tips on the show. The parking, if you turn up in a car, is absolutely horrendous. It's about £12 or £14 per day. So my tip The parking can be sometimes a bit cheaper at Birmingham International, but really I would advise getting the train. There's plenty of trains that go to Birmingham International, and you're undercover all the way from the train station to the show. It's a bit of a walk, but believe me, you're going to be walking a long way. Though I will point out there are mobility scooters, wheelchair access is pretty good, so if you're less able, you will still be able to get around the show. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely splendid. Can't wait to see a lot of friends I haven't seen for a very long time, speak to car clubs, and generally just chat to you. So yeah, it's going to be really, really enjoyable, and sort of a Hubnut social indoors. So really looking forward to it. I need to do a separate video about what's actually going on today, so I'm going to jump straight into that. But yeah, so remember, ian@hubnut.org, competition in the subject line, and which car has been on the fleet the longest. Good luck. In this video, it's all change up at the unit. We are moving cars around. The Invacar has already come out today. She's sitting in the sunshine. I'm just about to record my pre-NEC announcement video, and Foxanne is the next one who needs to come out. Rolled the Oltcit out. The Oltcit isn't picking fuel up again. May have another dodgy fuel pump there, but I'm hoping Foxanne will actually drive out of here. So let's see, because my plan is probably to get Foxanne on the road, and then we can see about getting her sorted out. Farming that work out. I've still got a choke cable, which is a bit of wire. Not showing it. Oh, we've got signs of life. We've got no oil pressure sender light. It is somewhat intermittent, but the fuel gauge is going up, so we'll try it. She hasn't run for a good few weeks. I did run her a while back just to get her off choke and up to temperature. Oh, beautiful. She's always so quick to fire up. We're just adjusting the choke cable. We'll get her out because her exhaust is firing all over everything at the back. Bit of reluctance from the brakes, but we're away. Bit tight coming out, but I've got some new wide angle mirrors fitted so I can actually see what's going on. We can easily get her out because the steering lock is amazing. Take her for a bit of a run around the farm, I think. When she's out, making a slightly strange groaning noise occasionally. She was doing that beforehand. I've just noticed she's caught a bit of plastic in her radiator grill, but I don't think... Oh, can I reach? No, I can't reach. I'll have to get a small child to get that. Take a bit more choke off. Oh, she always runs so well, but there's lots to do. This isn't actually attached. That's the heater blower there. The pipe that feeds the heater split, so that's letting fumes in and heat out, so it's not working very well. And yeah, there's this strange groaning noise, which I fear may be the water pump. But it is a new water pump. Could be the alternator, I suppose. But I'm going to leave her running for a bit. I'm just going to push the Oltcit back in because the Oltcit isn't running. I may get away with a bit of petrol down the carburettor, but I think that's only going to get me so far. That angle went all wrong. It seems to be running now. Typical. That's the trail of water it spat out the exhaust. So if it's running, I might give that a turn around. I think that might be more practical to have her facing the other way, if I'm entirely honest. So there we go. we go. So the Oltcit's in. Got space to get Tuck up the side. Unfortunately, I don't think I can fit Foxann up the side, which might be more practical. I've got room to get in the Daihatsu. Yeah, this is going somewhere. Hopefully. This is just a bit of a nonsense sort of an update, really. But I may tack this on the back of the NEC announcement, so watch this space. But let's go for a quick drive in Foxann. See how she is. See if I can take her off choke now. I'm just leaving this running. Oh, hello, little bird. Just because it is running, and it's good to have that running. There we go. Now we're completely off choke. So that's good. Just took that wire down there out of the way. Always so peppy is Foxann. There we go. Let's give her a little run, just to make sure all is fairly well. As you can see, I need to empty out the back of Foxann. She's full of exercise bike and an actual genuine rear seat kit that I thought might be a good thing to have for Foxann. But I'm not actually convinced it is, because there's no rear seat belts and it looks quite difficult to fit them as well. But we'll see. And we'll just go for a quick drive in Foxann. She's not road legal, so I can't take her out on the road, but I can drive her around the farm. Okay, just have a bit of a sanity light check. Yeah, they'll seem to be working. And at the back, oh yeah, I got the fog light on as well. Good stuff. What a great little exhaust note. Oh yeah, musical instruments, that's something else we've got in here, and a drone. But Miss Hubnut got me for Christmas, and I did try flying earlier in the year. Mostly found I was terrible at it and kind of gave up, so I feel quite bad about that. But yeah, that's good. Foxann's out and running. The Oltcit we seem to have got running again. It's slightly baffling why it sometimes just backs up and sometimes doesn't run, but now it does seem to be running, so that's good. I'm gonna blast some water out of that exhaust. It really does throw some condensation out, this car. I'm not sure if this is a good or a bad sign, but yeah, look at the state of that. Ooh. Let's grab a broom. And we'll sweep some of this stuff up there, I think. There we go. Yeah, I've never owned a car that has quite that much water coming out the exhaust. I don't know if that's just because it never gets loaded up, because I've only driven this around the farm. So yeah, a bit more water coming out. How hot's that exhaust getting? Yeah, maybe that's it, just not getting the exhaust hot enough. But yeah, Mini Hubnut has been stripping bits off the spares Oltcit. Still dreams of putting a Subaru engine in it, but I think he's realised after we ripped the grill off, quite literally, because it was so rotten, I think he's realised that hope may be lost for that car, which is a shame, but I think I'd already reached that conclusion anyway. I'm going to get out of here because it's a bit stinky of fumes. I'm going to film my NEC bit. But otherwise, yeah, there we go. Things are happening, things are changing. Planning to do some work on Betty next week. Then we're down at the Hubnut Social at the weekend. No, not next week. This week we're working on that. And then we'll be at the Hubnut Social this weekend. And then I think we've got 2 weeks, no, slightly more, 3 or 4 weeks until the NEC Classic Motor Show in Birmingham. It's going to be brilliant. And yeah, all being well, Tuck will be there. I'm going to take her for a little run once we've recorded this little segment. But I hope you've enjoyed that. And yeah, there will be changes, things moving around, hopefully some progress on the fleet. So yeah, look forward to sharing that with you in a future video. Farewell. So there we go then, that was my NEC announcement with a little bit of bonus mucking about with the fleet footage. There needs to be more mucking about with the fleet, and hopefully there will be. So stay tuned for more of that. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can head to the Hubnut store for all the merchandisey things, and I shall see you in a future video. Farewell. Oh, it's always good to be out in Tuck. So I'm going to have to drive her about 110 miles to get to the NEC for the Birmingham show. So I might have to start putting some miles on her just to build up my own stamina, frankly. Oh, you're feeling good, Tuck.